I woke up on Christmas 2016. Christmas Day, we had a wonderful day, family and everything, and celebrating Christmas. The day after, I woke up to convulsions and having a seizure. And I knew it was serious because she screamed out to the girls and said, call 911, call 911. And so as soon as I got in the ambulance and I was like, man, I said, I'm looking down the street and I said, what are the neighbors going to think, you know? And right then, it's like God spoke to me. It was like, don't worry about what anybody thinks. And he said something that the bishop said in the service before. He said, you were the worst off you will ever be when you woke up this morning. He said, I got you. Everything's going to be okay.
When Brother Warren Cotman arrived at the hospital, the doctor informed him that he had a large mass on the left side of his brain. He was sent to another hospital to see a specialist for an emergency craniotomy, an operation in which part of the skull is temporarily removed to access the brain. After
the surgery, and the doctor came to me and he told me it was cancerous, and I just saw on his face it's just like he was more sadder than I was. He dropped his head and he said it was cancerous. And in my mind, I was thinking, okay, what do we have to do? What's the process? What's the next step? They had to go through more tests to find out where it came from, because they said that cancer just doesn't happen in the brain. Just it had to come from somewhere. I have to say, because the word that Bishop ministers, I only had winning on my mind. I just never thought that I was in any danger. I just said, okay, this is a process, and I got to go through it. Yeah. So Elder Catherine arranged for us to meet with Bishop and co-pastor. We met him on Sunday, like an afternoon after service, and we met with him. And at that time, and it was said it was still in the blood, in my lungs, and my liver. And he just, he prayed an awesome prayer, and I just was uplifted, even more. But I was just holding on to that word I had in the ambulance. And so we went to the oncologist the next time after Bishop prayed, and we continued to pray, and the family continued to pray. And the doctor she kind of was baffled, and she was looking at the paperwork, and I was looking at her, and I think it was me and my mom at the doctor at the time, and I was just looking at her, seeing what she was going to say, because the level of my faith, and I can't even take credit for it, because I think it was, God supernaturally gave me the faith to just endure, because every time I went to the doctor, I was expecting good news. I was expecting good news. The doctor said, I don't know. She said, but we don't see any cancer in your blood. We don't see any cancer in your liver. And she said, only see a little spot on your lung.
Brother Cotman had surgery to remove the cancer on his lung, but during the operation, doctors noticed there was cancer on the lining of his lung. So the battle was not over just yet.
And I said, I'm just going to go see Bishop. I went to see Bishop and got in line. And I said, they want to do chemo. And I was kind of on the fence. But he said something to me that kind of stuck with me. He said, whatever way God wants to do it. And it just stuck with me. And it's like, okay, this could be the way that God wants to do it. And we went on with the chemo. And the chemo was 4 treatments. I think it was 4 treatments. They told me the second day you're going to be this, you're going to be tired, and the third day you may be laying around or whatever. I never laid around. I was continually working. I didn't lose my appetite. When I got sick, I was a certain weight. I never lost the weight. I was the same size throughout the chemo. I was the same size after the chemo. Never really got nauseated. Never really. They said you're gonna have some times when you're gonna throw up and stuff like that. I never had that. Through my third My third chemo treatment, the doctor said, she said, "You're doing so well. She's doing so awesome." She said, I want to get a CT. I want to get some tests to see where you are. And she asked me would I like that. I was like, sure. I said, I want it done. And so before I could get out of there Friday, they set a test up, and we did the test. And before I got back in there to do my fourth chemo, somebody called me and said, man, the lady called me. She was excited. She worked behind the desk, so she was always speaking to me when I come in. And she said, your CTs are clean. She said, I know you're going to see the doctor on Monday, and I know you, they're going to tell you, and it's going to be, it's going to be official. She said, but I had to call you. Your CTs are clean. You don't show cancer anywhere.
No cancer anywhere. Doctors initially diagnosed Brother Cotman with stage 4 lung cancer, which is usually a death sentence. But God's healing power prevailed, and he became cancer-free less than 5 months later.
God worked out that whole situation. It was nothing but God the whole time, taking us through step by step. It was this God, and that's the only thing we could say. He did it. He did it all.
Yeah, he did it all. We have to thank Mt.Gilead, Bishop, co-pastor, and the whole family. And I'm on the ushers board, and those guys was great. Elder Lynch and his wife Elzina, she ministered to me and my wife.
She blessed us a whole lot.
Throughout the process, Elder Lynch and his wife ministered to us throughout the whole process. I'm here today because of God. I'm here today because of the Word. I'm here today because of the ministry that I'm in. And life-changing, life-saving. And I've known people to go through cancer for years and months and years, and just fighting it over, and for God to do it in basically less than 5 months, I knew it was just a miracle, and I just give him glory for it.